This Thursday, we had a very special feature premiere. We got our first look into the new Negro League legends coming into the game. Here is Satchel Paige. We get to see him not only in his pitching motion, but we also get to see him wearing the uniform. And let me tell you something. The team, talking about SDS, went above and beyond to make sure they brought this in its best possible quality. Not only did they go ahead and recreate some of these player models from bobbleheads, but they did the exact same thing for the uniforms as well. And when it comes to motions, it was said that some players had such grainy videos that instead of them being able to replicate it just off of the video, they had to draw out each and every single frame or motion, and then that's how they would replicate it inside of MLB The Show 23 from the pictures, whether or not they had a character model, then try and replicate it at best. But that's exactly how they did it. So they obviously went above and beyond, and the first thing we're going to take a look at is all the new things that they're bringing with the Negro League. So like I said, this is our first look at Satchel Paige, and you might be seeing these uniforms and it looks like they're a little bumpy, and of course they're going to be a little bumpy because these uniforms are made out of wool. So once again, important attention to detail that they had when it came to bringing the Negro Leagues in the best quality possible to us. Not only are they bringing the players and the uniforms, they are also bringing the stadiums with them as well. And I have no word on whether or not these stadiums are going to be in Diamond Dynasty, but I surely hope that they will be. And maybe they will be featured in packs and collections. It doesn't matter if it's integrated into Diamond Dynasty. I'm positive that stadiums that might be a little glitchy, people might use for offline content to grind out, and then stadiums that are good in terms of elevation, which I'm not sure if there are any, people will use for online gameplay. But here we get Muleback Field, and we continue on to seeing not only the new stadiums, but also take a look at the new crowds that we're getting inside of the stadiums. So different attire, obviously it's a different environment, and it makes you feel like you're there, if you get what I'm saying, just by going ahead and playing into the game, into the storylines, into the mode. It makes you feel like it's an authentic experience, and that's basically what storylines is. It's not really moments in a way, but instead it's an educational way to inform you of these players and also the Negro League. We continue on. Not only is it going to be new crowds, it's also going to be new umpires. So we're going to be getting our first black umpires inside MLB The Show. And I'm not saying black umpires as if there aren't MLB The Show umpires that are black. I'm saying like our first Negro League black umpires, like black tuxedo umpires. You get what I'm saying? Like all black, men in black type of umpires. You get what I'm saying? So all I know is these dudes better not be calling strikes on me, because you know what I'm saying? We the same skin color. But that's besides the point. Hey man, don't forget to hit that like button or subscribe button, turn on the channel notifications, and then go inside the description and check out all those links as well if any of them interest you, of course. So you might be saying to yourself, okay, we got 6 new stadiums. So what are these new stadiums that we're getting? So like I said previously, the first stadium is Muleback Field. It is where the Kansas City Monarchs played, or Monarchs. I don't know why I said Monarchs, excuse me there. 1923 to 1948. It looks a little bit like Forbes Field, but then you look at it from this angle right here, which is like the center field angle, and you're like, what in the world is the dimensions to center field? In order to hit a home run through there, it's probably similar to hitting a home run in Polo Grounds. We continue on and move on to number 2, which is going to be Hilldale Park. Hilldale Park looks a little bit more modern, I'd say, but still similar to like Forbes Field in an extent, where the walls are like triangle out inside the outfield. I guess that was the wave back then for all major league stadiums, or excuse me, Negro League stadiums, until you get to Southside. You guys can see the Chicago over there on the scoreboard. This reminds me of a minor league park inside MLB The Show, or maybe it is a classic stadium. I'm not sure, but there is one that has the fence to right field in particular, where it's super low and it's easy to get ground rule doubles. This might be one of those parks, and the dimensions here are a little bit flunky, so it might be a good one to play if you need extra base hits. But of course, created stadiums will go ahead and fill that role. We get Comiskey Park. Comiskey Park probably looks the most modern out of all the stadiums that we have seen so far shown to us, and this is going to be the 4th new stadium, 1911 to 1951. And then Forbes Field, 1922 to 1939. Don't be confused or mistaken and think that this is the Forbes field that we have in MLB The Show 22 right now. No, this is a completely different Forbes field, so just be aware of that. And the same thing with the next stadium. I'm pretty sure the Busch Stadium is not even spelled like this Busch Stadium is. This is also a completely new field, one that was from 1922 to 1939 inside the Negro Leagues as well. So like I said, we got our first look at some of these guys in uniforms. This is going to be Satchel Paige. He's going to be a starting pitcher, and he's going to have a great arsenal. I assume that his numbers are going to be very alike to Randy Johnson, if not a whole lot better, because ain't no point in bringing in these players if you're not going to juice them up to how they actually performed in real life inside that league. Now we've also got ourselves Hilton Smith, the forgotten star, another starting pitcher that should have a pretty good arsenal similar to Satchel Paige as well. Next up, we get our first look at Rube Foster. Rube Foster looks like a big chunky man, so you know what I expect with chunky men? A lot of power. And then we get ourselves a lefty in Hank Thompson, otherwise known as the barrier breaker. You get to see a couple of clips of how he's going to look inside the game as well. Buck O'Neil, a leader of men. You can see he played for the Chicago Cubs as well, right-handed hitter. So we're getting a good variety here. And then of course we're not going to forget our star, Jackie Robinson, but this is our first look at Jackie Robinson, of course, with Negro League Baseball uniforms. So now it's time for us to dive into MLB The Show 23 and see actual gameplay. And we're going to be seeing this through the new storyline mode. Now, previously, I had said something along the lines of, hey, I saw 9 episodes for Jackie Robinson in particular, or when Jackie Robinson was highlighted. Does that mean that there are going to be 9 legends and there is a hidden legend that they were going to reveal on the stream? I was completely wrong. Each and every single legend has a certain amount of episodes and they vary. It's not all 8 and it's not all 9. So there is no new legends. The 8 players that were presented to us is all we're going to be getting for season 1. But of course, season 2 is going to bring new players. Now, what is this storyline mode? Now that we get our first look at it, it seems that before we enter each and every single moment or episode, it's basically going to give us an educational video that's going to go ahead and discuss the background of what the player was dealing with, as well as what he was attempting to do right before we enter into the gameplay. And the gameplay, like I said previously, is going to be, if not very similar, exactly like moments where you're going to have to complete tasks like hitting a home run, let's say, getting a base hit, completing a perfect game, getting a no-hitter, striking out a certain amount of hitters. It's basically the same thing, I would say. Now for our first look at MLB The Show 23 gameplay, storyline mode, of course, I wanted to go ahead and dive into it together. So we get ourselves Jackie Robinson here, and I did not even pay too much attention to what the moment was because I was more intrigued into seeing, okay, let's see how the hitting engine is, let's see how all of it is. Now, of course, we're also going to take a deeper dive into gameplay trailers whenever we receive them, but as you all can see, the PCI is pretty much the same as last year. You're gonna have an inner setting, you're gonna have a outer setting, and then you're gonna have the middle setting, which I forgot what it was called. I think it's basic, but I don't remember. Here, he gets the ball right down the middle, very late contact. It's a 94 clutch, 68 power versus left, 90 vision, Jackie Robinson. He takes a pitch, and listen closely to how it sounds when the bat hits the ball. Just listen closely here. So, as you can see, there are now new sounds for when the wooden bat makes sound with the baseball, which is music to everyone's ears. And now Jackie Robinson is going to get the base hit here. You heard that? Now Jackie Robinson got a base hit. All I gotta say is, this base hit, if we pay close attention, you know, it says good contact, swing timing had to be just late, and he blooped one in there. Yes, as you can see, just late, I'm covering it, but he blooped one in there for a base hit, Jackie Robinson. I say, gameplay wise, it might be the same, so hold your breath. With that being said, have a blessed day and night. Stay positive, stay safe, stay blessed, and I will catch you all on the next one. All right, peace out. Deuces.